Well, hello and warm welcomes to everybody on the call tonight. I see we have people from all over the world. Actually, we're covering North America, Europe, New Zealand. Wow, this is really exciting. My name is TV Wogyashu. I am the Chief Operating Officer of Swisscall Global, and the purpose of today's call is to present to you the ways in which our company rewards our independent business owners for sharing the mission, the purpose, and the features of Swisscall Global. Joining us and leading the call tonight will be our CEO and founder, Bill Rowell, and also our Director of Marketing, John Ward, and they will actually be taking you step by step and present to you the 10 ways in which Swisscall Global will reward you for your contribution and persistent action with our company as an IBO. So welcome to the call, Bill.
Well, hello, TB. Thank you, and thank you for opening up this evening's call. A warm welcome to everyone that's joining us today around the world. As TB said, we're pretty much covering from north to the south of the globe and east to the west. We have as far as New Zealand and right up, of course, to North America. Today we're going to be going through the compensation pay plan of Swisscall Global. First of all, what I'd like to share with you is where you can actually first see the document. I'm not going to actually go into a long, deep presentation about the presentation. This is just our preliminary first meeting to introduce you to how we actually reward you for you actually sharing the message of Swisscall Global and the services that we offer around the world. Most importantly about pay plans is it's not really the most important ingredient to your success, but it's very important to understand as an independent business owner of Unique how you're going to be rewarded and have confidence in our pay plan that's been designed correctly and that it's actually very rewarding for you. Now, I believe it's very, very important when you're introducing a new member to Swisscall Global. They don't need to know all the details of the pay plan. It's overwhelming. So what we've done, we've actually designed a short presentation, but we call it short. It's still a lot of content there, of course, and that's available on the public website. The website you're looking at right now on the screen. I believe that you can actually see it. Yes, you can. If you go to Build a Golden Business, go down to the lower link, you'll see Pay Plan, and that's where you can refer people to your website where they can get details about the compensation pay plan of Swisscall Global. You simply click on that, and it will open up the page and load for you. It's downloadable, so you can print it out, and it will take you through what we call the short summary of how people are paid in the Swisscall Global organization. Let me go back to the PowerPoint presentation now. So I'm going to go through the long presentation this evening. And before I do that, just bear with me one moment, please, as I switch screens here. Get myself prepared on this screen. Okay, one moment. I think yes. Okay, here we are. Okay, so I'm back now on the PowerPoint. And as we heard last night on our call from John Ward, he spoke about a plan with milestones. So we have the pay plan. Tonight's a pay plan presentation. I'm doing the long presentation to give you your first overview of our compensation plan. But I just wanted to touch on the plan with milestones. Over the coming weeks, we'll be bringing further calls with you and coaching you how to actually map out your goals so you can actually achieve, as John said last night, the first milestone has to be your goal. He used the example of $400 for the first setting. The next goal, milestone number 2, maybe $2,000 to $2,500 per month. But again, it's going to be personal to yourselves on that particular subject. So the pay plan is not just an item by itself. It works in synergy with your roadmap to success, which is what we call our milestones. So let me move into the document, and I encourage anyone, if you have questions, please type them into your control panel there, and at the end of the presentation we may go through them. Maybe TV, if you can monitor any of the questions throughout the presentation, if you think it's important to interrupt me, please do so we can just give a little bit of explanation on that. Okay? So the first part is, I'm just going to go through exactly as the document actually says. Here you can learn about the 10 ways to earn money with the Swisscall Global. There are 3 types of bonus basic bonuses and commissions. Now I'll go through each one a little bit later on. I'll just summarize the major ones. We have the basic bonuses and commissions, accelerator bonuses, and leadership bonuses. In this overview, you'll find a description of each bonus or commission, plus a summary of how and when each one pays. At the beginning, you want to focus on the basic bonuses and commissions and the accelerator bonuses. The reason for that is you're building your foundation. This also will tie in with the coaching that you'll be receiving from Don Failer from the 45-second presentation to Own Your Life. In many cases, the way a bonus pays depends on the rank you have reached, and here is a summary of our ranks. Now, before I go through the ranks, now these ranks have not changed, but what has changed, you can see our rank achievement pins on the right-hand side. These are designed, they're actually, we get them produced through a company in Austria, so they're produced through a company there. And from the rank of team leader onwards, you actually receive a physical, we actually ship to you a physical rank achievement pin, which I must say they look fabulous, and they actually feel great as well. But it's interesting about the pins. I don't want to speak about this too much. It's funny, you know, when I was in Poland meeting with Don Failer and Nancy Failer, who have been in the industry for 40 years, they actually, I said to them, did you ever wear your company pins? And they said, no, we never did that. We only wore our company pins to corporate events. We always travel with our Own Your Life pin. Now, the Own Your Life pin that you saw on the website, which is showing on the bottom left-hand side of the screen, when you actually qualify for a rank in your first time, we're going to send this to you as well. I can assure you, when you wear that pin, Own Your Life, you're going to have many people walking up to you saying, what is that? It's a fantastic door opener. And, of course, even Don and Nancy, they still wear their own Own Your Life badge. They still tell me that they get many, many people coming up to them saying, excuse me, do you mind telling me what you mean by Own Your Life? And, of course, once you learn the lessons from them, you're able to start communication with strangers. So let's just go through the ranks now. You enroll as an independent business owner. That's the first level. We then have manager, team leader, director, executive director. Now, really, these first ranks up to the classification of executive director, I would say they're really your learning. By the time you get to executive director, you've really advanced and achieved much in the Swiss Gold Global program. But when you start to move into the ambassador ranks, then you're really starting to get into high gear, as Don refers to. So we have ambassador, senior ambassador, national ambassador, gold ambassador, platinum ambassador. And as a reward for your commitment and effort, every time you qualify for higher rank, you will be paid a one-time rank achievement bonus beginning from $200 for the rank of team leader to $10,000 cash bonus for platinum ambassador. And this is all generated, of course, from the $50 membership subscription for the services of Swiss Gold Global. There are three basic bonuses and commissions. Let me speak about the enroller relationship bonus. These bonuses are paid every month on active members that you enrolled and on active members enrolled by an IBO directly under you. How it pays: you earn 10% on members you enroll and 10% on members enrolled by your first level IBOs. It pays monthly, so it pays to 2 levels in that respect. The next one is what we call the unilevel bonus. It pays to 7 levels, 5% to 7 levels. So if you look at the description here, unilevel bonuses are your share of the subscription dues that members pay each month for our services. This is how you actually build your residual income. How it pays: it pays 5% of the monthly commissions on members enrolled by you and IBOs in your organization up to 7 levels deep, depending on your rank. When combined with your 10% enroller relationship bonus, you earn 15% on your personally enrolled members and 15% from members enrolled by your first level IBOs. Now, just a quick summary on that. You have 6 to 7 people anywhere in your first 2 levels. Your commissions are already in excess of what your monthly subscription already is. So you're already cash flow positive when you have in an organization. It's less than 7 actually, but anywhere in your first 2 levels of your organization. The next one is your shared revenue commissions. That is, In addition to bonuses earned on the membership, subscription and education products, you can also earn money when people buy gold and silver. This is called shared and revenue. How it pays: for every purchase of gold or silver, a small portion is available for commissions. 80% of this revenue, shared revenue, is paid to you on a personally enrolled member. That's your E1, as you can see there, Jacob. And 20% is paid on members of your first level IBOs, which is called your E2. This pays weekly. A bonus runs weekly. You go from Monday to Sunday, and then the commission run would happen on the following Monday. So every time someone buys gold in your organization, members, you actually receive a commission. Now the 80-20% is a shared revenue, but just let me give you some mathematics here so you can actually get a greater understanding of it. It's really 2% of the value of the gold that they actually buy pays first level, and 0.5% pays second level. Now, as you know from the presentation last night, everyone who buys precious metals from us are paying 2.97% above the market spot price. 2.5% of that goes back to commissions to you. 2% to your first level, which is the 80% of the shared revenue, and 0.5%, which is the 20% of the shared revenue. So we push the commissions. Basically, everything that's made from gold and silver, we give back to our market for supporting our message. The 3 accelerator bonuses, and I love to have the foot flat to the board. People who drive with me in Germany on the autobahns, I like to drive fast, and I'm talking 180, 220 kilometers an hour. It may sound bizarre around the world. So when I see bonuses called the accelerator bonuses, I must say, I'm there, and I'm sure many people would be excited about this as well. But most important thing is our foundation and learning to drive safely and understanding the environment where we are. So these 3 bonuses are designed to give you an exciting start, and they go on paying every time you meet the requirements. They are all based on members purchasing the Real Wealth Revolution, a premium education product offered as an addition to the Real Wealth Coaching Program. Fast Track Bonus. This is the one-time bonuses paid whenever a new member purchases the Real Wealth Revolution Program. And many of you were introduced to that last night by TB and, of course, John. How it pays? Every time, you earn $55 each time a member you've directly enrolled purchase the Real Wealth Revolution Program. This also pays weekly. Build to Bedrock bonus. Now the people who, this is a new bonus over and above that we had with the previous system. This is a great bonus. It's for the people who see a long-term vision here. These are the people who want to build a solid foundation. And it is in synergy with Don Fowler teachings. He believes you haven't really duplicated until you've built to bedrock, you've built deep. And of course, like building anything, the foundation is most important. So this bonus is paid when 3 qualifying IBOs that you sponsor in your first 30 days enroll members in the Real Wealth Revolution in their first 30 days. So in one sense, it's really a 60-day program to qualify for this. You earn an additional $200 when 3 qualifying IBOs that you sponsored each enroll a minimum of 1 member in the Real Wealth Revolution in their first 30 days. It pays monthly, and if you look at that small structure that's actually there, if you worked out the commissions there, it's going to pay collectively about $455 just for achieving those particular bonuses. We also have what we call the Lifetime Fast Track Matching Bonus. Now this is when, if you qualify for Build to Bedrock bonus, you can earn another bonus when IBOs that you sponsor enroll members in the Real Wealth Revolution. How it pays? As a qualified Build to Bedrock IBO, every $55 fast track bonus you earn is matched with an additional $55 whenever an IBO you've sponsored enrolls a new IBO in the Real Wealth Revolution program in their first 30 days. So both IBOs must have purchased the Real Wealth Revolution. The great thing about this is, just to give you an example, you've actually enrolled Jacob into the Real Wealth Revolution, and in his first 30 days you've been coaching Jacob, you've been getting him into the system, and he's been following the system we're going to provide you all, and he enrolls Karina into the Real Wealth Revolution program. Well, you're going to receive $55 from when Jacob purchased it, but when Karina enrolls within her first 30 days of Jacob, you're going to receive another $55. That's what we call the Lifetime Fast track matching bonus, and this will continue on for forever. So that's a very, very powerful program. It gets the money to you a bit quicker. Do we have any questions so far, TB? Okay. No questions so far.
No, Bill. I think no.
Okay, thank you, TB. So here's a bit of a summary again, just to build on the Build to Bedrock bonus. If you enroll 3 IBOs into the Real Wealth Revolution program in your first 30 days, and you support each of them to enroll a minimum of 1 member into the program, you earn an additional $200 over and above the other commissions that you'll actually earn. And of course, when you've done that, you are then called Build to Bedrock bonus qualified, and then, as I just explained before, the matching bonus kicks in. Every time that you enroll someone, they buy or purchase the Real Wealth Revolution program, and that person enrolls someone in their first 30 days, we'll match that with another $55. Let's move on now to the 4 leadership bonuses. There are 4 lucrative bonuses to look forward to when you have grown an organization with many IBOs. Ambassador Leadership Bonus. These are like generation bonuses and are earned by senior leaders called ambassadors. They are an extra percentage of the income produced by your organization. This bonus is designed to give extraordinary rewards to extraordinary leadership performance. How it pays: ambassador and higher title positions may qualify for a 2% personal leadership generation on the sales bonus volume of all the downline organization that is not yet qualified as an ambassador. 2, unlimited depth. That's to unlimited depth. This bonus is paid on all downline legs and is interrupted only by another downline ambassador or higher title position in a specific leg. When that happens, the 2% personal leadership generation is replaced by a 3% ambassador generation bonus. Now this is very, very, very exciting for many of you people who are on this call who are familiar with multi-level marketing. Quite often when you receive these types of bonuses, when someone in your organization qualifies for this, you actually become blocked to receive this. But when Mike Schiffel designed this pay plan, he said, Bill, we designed the pay plan around really 2 principles. We want to create a behavior, a path for people to follow, and secondly, whenever anyone in their organization achieves, we want to reward you for your leadership in doing so. So we don't take anything away from you. When one of your people qualifies as an ambassador, you're going to receive a 3% on their organization and 2% on all your non-ambassador organization legs, as you can see here. The generation bonuses are designed to reward outstanding leadership achievements. As a qualified ambassador, you are eligible for the generation bonus of 3%, beginning with the first ambassador leg or higher ranked person in your organization. You will earn this 3% ambassador generation bonus on that ambassador or higher title ranks person's entire organization, volume down to the second ambassador or higher rank in that leg. Now we're getting a little bit into the complexity of it here. You need to look at it, so I suggest that don't be too troubled by it now. After this presentation, you actually go to the website, download the document, and you go through it a few times. You'll grasp it because we've designed it, and John's worded the document really well that explains it in an orderly fashion. The check match bonus. The enroller check match bonus is one of the most exciting components of the Swiss Gold Global Compensation Pay Plan. Well, there's actually many exciting components. This is just another one. How it pays. The check match bonus is available to ambassadors and above. A bonus of 10% to 20%, depending on your rank, is paid on the total monthly bonus check earned by every IBO that you have personally enrolled who reaches the ambassador or higher rank. Now, obviously, this is not going to happen in the first few months of your business. We're talking about a longer-term plan here. But it's fantastic for the leaders and the people who persist and follow the system who achieve there. This in itself can add a substantial amount to your monthly income. In fact, when Mike Schiffel designed, and just pop back to the Ambassador Leadership Bonus, he told me, just to give you some rough mathematics, he said, Bill, when our experience in the industry of developing pay plans for 20 to 25 years, he said the ambassador leadership bonus of 2% in itself will instantly increase your income, your distributor's income, by around about 33 to 35%. That is substantial just for achieving that qualification as ambassador. The global bonus pool. This is getting to the bigger picture, really big picture now. The global bonus pool is another way for top leaders to earn extra money. A pool is divided proportionally between leaders according to their achievements. How it pays? The global bonus pool is 1% of all bonus volume earned by the company in a single year. It's divided into 4 pools for bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. Ambassadors, the pools are distributed to ambassadors on a pro rata basis. And again, you can go through this and the qualifications for that in your own time. It pays yearly. Let me just go through, there's quite a few terms, but let me just go through the summary of the terms here. And this is an important one, what it means to be active as an independent business owner. Commissions or bonuses are generated from your personally enrolled members and from your downline organization that are purchasing and using the Swiss Gold Global products and services. To qualify to receive a commission or bonus as a Swiss Gold Global independent business owner, you must be deemed as active. And there's 2 qualifications for active, and that is, in summary, an IBO is considered active for a specific week if they have 500 shared revenue or a $50 subscription within the 5 consecutive weeks of their subscription. What it's really saying there is that, I'm talking about the weekly commissions now, at the end of a weekly cycle, the system will look back and look for 2 things. First of all, that you've either purchased, that you've been active with a monthly subscription, or secondly, that you've generated sufficient shared revenue as 500 points to qualify you to receive bonuses. And on the monthly, it's very similar. Monthly is very specific as well. It's also the 500 personal shared revenue points, or also the monthly subscription within that particular current month. This is all in the document which you can review. Inactive status. That just means if you've been inactive and hadn't been purchasing any products or any membership from the Swiss Gold Global platform, over a period of time, you'll actually be flagged as non-active. You'll go back as what we call a member or a customer, and you'll stay for that period for 6 months, and we keep your position in the organization structure for a period of 12 months. And you just need to purchase a product on a 12-month period to be able to renew that position. Achieve rank. I'm not going to go for this right now. I'm going to move down a little bit further in the documentation as I get to the ranks, because I want to actually speak about what we call achieve rank and paid rank. It is different, and it's quite an advantage for our marketplace. We want to pay people out. That is our business. We want to provide you with our services. We want you to share the message. We want to pay out as much as possible as we can. So we have what we call the achieve rank and the paid rank, and I'm going to touch on that shortly. But before I go there, I'm going to speak about the enroller and the placement sponsor. This is absolutely fantastic, and many of the leaders will really resonate with what I'm going to share with you here. An existing IBO of any rank who first explains the business opportunity to a potential new IBO and helps them enroll. That's the enroller. If you introduced me to the Swiss Gold Global membership services to be able to buy gold and silver, receive the education programs, you're my enroller. And then we have the placement sponsor, who is an IBO of any rank who is immediately upline from a new or existing IBO and is generally responsible for the day-to-day coaching, encouragement, and assistance. So you can be an enroller and also the sponsor. The enroller and placement sponsor can be the same person, but doesn't have to be. And I'll explain this. Let me give you a couple of examples here. Now, as you qualify the rank of team leader, you get some privileges because you've proven that you've gone through the professional training program. You're starting to get some experience under your belt, and you're starting to see some results. And now we give you the ability that you can actually introduce people to Swiss Gold Global and actually position them. So let's just go through this example here. You enroll Jacob. You are Jacob's enroller and also Jacob's placement sponsor. An IBO who achieves the rank of team leader can now use placement sponsor to assist in structuring their organization. This is really important because we also have a couple of rules that help you or guide you to make sure that you maximize your pay plan over the coming years so you can maximize the payout. Mike Sheffield said this is very, very important. Otherwise you get people just focusing on maybe one leader on one leg, and really you're not going to generate the big bucks that you really want to. You need to have a bit of width to be able to achieve a consistent and strong income. So you enroll Annie, and as a team leader you can take advantage of strategic placement. And what you actually do is you move Annie under Jacob. Now what you can see here, let me just use my pointer here if you can see that, or the cursor. Jacob's your E1, so you get 10%, and he's your level 1 unilevel, you're getting 5% for a total of 15%. Now Annie you have enrolled, so she's your level 2 bonus 5% because she's on your level 2 unilevel. But you can see here she's still your E1. Even though she's on your second level, she's still your E1, so you get 10%. And the easy way to think about your placement or your enroller relationship is you're their parent, and your E1's your child, and your E2 is like your grandchild, and that relationship never changes. So it doesn't matter where you move Annie. If Annie was your daughter, you can move her in any position in the organization. She's always going to be your E1, and you'll always be paid 10% for the E1 position. Even though you can move her down, I'll explain this, move her down further in the levels, you'll still receive the 10% from that because you've actually introduced her, you moved it further down. You can see here, so she's your E1, you receive 10%, and you receive the level 2 bonus of 5% because she's on your level 2 unilevel. Now Annie enrolls Philip. Philip is your E2 because remember Annie is your daughter, and Annie has a son, let's say a son called Philip, because he's your grandson in relationship, we call that your E2. You're now getting paid 10%. Even though it's on the third level, you're actually achieving 10% enroller bonus from your E2. And you can see here that you're getting level 3 bonus of 5% on your third level. Now you may ask, what's in it for Jacob? Well, Jacob doesn't receive any enroller bonuses from Annie or Philip because he's not related to them. But he does receive the unilevel bonuses, and as Annie and Philip and other people they bring in the organization actually grow their organization, Jacob is going to continue to pick up unilevel commissions from that. So that's Jacob's advantage. And there may be many reasons why you decide to use placement sponsor. Annie and Jacob may have known each other. Maybe they live demographically in a similar area. Maybe you want to be able to balance out your legs to meet the 60-40 rule. There'll be multiple reasons why you do it. But I'll give one tip when it comes to placement. Quite often when you, and I know this from 20 years in experience of multi-level marketing, it's very, very important not just to gift people placement and think they're going to look after the person. If I've built a relationship with Annie, and she's trusted me to enroll, and all of a sudden I move her on to Jacob and they don't know each other, you haven't actually had a meeting to connect them, or Annie doesn't agree to the placement and you back off and no longer support Annie, it could be detrimental to Annie in your organization. So you need to be cautious. It's a big thing when you start placing people, and you need to be able to do a conference call, or even better, meet as a group. You'd have yourself, Jacob, and Annie together, and you discuss what you're doing. You discuss the plan. So she would have to feel very comfortable before you actually did that. Now we have Annie. She enrolls Emma. Now Emma is your E3, but see, there's no commissions. We don't pay E3. The enrolling bonuses pay to two levels. And your 2 levels, of course, Annie's your E1, Philip's your E2. But what you do get is your unilevel level 4 bonus of 5%. Are there any questions on that, TB?
No questions so far, Bill. I saw that Michael O'Kane from New Zealand actually made a remark. He said it's certainly getting harder to understand as the increasing grades get higher. And that might be true, Michael, but as Bill mentioned in the beginning of the webcast, we don't need to understand everything perfectly when we start a business. We actually have a professional training program, and we actually teach people to learn as they earn with Swiss Gold Global. So even if it might seem a bit complex with all the bonuses and all the ways to earn. It's not really that hard to grasp. And the thing is that when we're beginning, we don't have to know everything, and we have our sponsors and we have our calls who really support us in explaining this to people.
Thank you, TB. That is so right. And of course, we also have the quick start guide available in your business center as well. The most important thing is to know that I really believe, as TB said, is that you connect with your sponsor, your enroller, and if that person is only just recently enrolled, well, you find out the next experienced person in the organization, or you contact member services and we put you in contact with someone, and we can make sure that you're looked after, because there is a lot of information to know. But don't be overwhelmed by this. This is your first introduction to this, and like any business moving into a new office for the very first time, you're not expected to know everything in the first 5 minutes. It's a journey. 1 week from now, you're going to know more. 1 month from now, 3 months from now, you're going to be much more familiar with the whole operation. And that's the same in any profession. There's some important terms to know. I'll just touch on these. And I spoke about this before. This is the 60% rule and the 40% rule. And it only pertains to the ranks of team leader and above. And as Mike Sheffield explained, we want to create a behavior of our business owners around the world. And this rule means you've got to be aware of this, is that you just can't focus on one leg. And Don Thaler's teachings in Own Your Life, the 45-second presentation that will change your life, is he believes you need to really have five good frontline people that you're actually working with. You don't have to have 100 or 50 or even 35. You get 5, 6, 7 people frontline who are committed to understand the purpose of Swiss Gold Global. That's all you need, and you follow our system, you'll be able to, over a period of time, 1, 2, 3 years, generate a very, very nice income from this. But you need to understand the rules of the game. And this here is built there to make sure that you maximize the structure so you can maximize your income. Okay, membership. Again, I won't go through all of these details. They're self-explanatory in the document. But if anyone has any questions, you're most welcome to come back to email support at swissgoldglobal.com, which is our member services email address. Let me just go through this a bit more. Okay, we've touched on this. Okay, compression. Actually, this is actually an error in this document here, Bill. I've just noticed, and it's my mistake. Compression only applies to unit-level bonuses. That's not right. And what compression actually means is that if I had enrolled Jacob, and Jacob had enrolled Karina, and all of a sudden Jacob, he decided that the Swiss Gold Global services were not for him, and Karina is still buying products. Well, what would actually happen is that commissions generated from Karina would actually pass through to me. That's what we call compression. And we have compression to unlimited depths, and it's not just for unit-level bonus. So that's actually a typo there. Let's go to the ranks now, understanding ranks. The first rank is the independent business owner. I'm not going to go in great detail here. I just want to move through them. And as you can see, every rank has a pin. This is the first. This is the symbol. We don't actually ship this one to you because that's just the enrolling rank at this particular time. We then have the manager. But I do want to actually talk about what we call paid as. As you can see here, the achievement requirements for the rank of manager is you've got to have the personal qualifying volume of 500, as we spoke before, or the subscription. You need to have 2 placement leagues. You need to sponsor 2 people into the business, and you actually become a manager. Now that's one way to achieve the rank. The second way is what we call paid as. So let's say you can see the volume there required is 500 personal qualifying volume. The interesting thing about paid as is that we actually reduce the amount of volume that's required. This means, because like all businesses, if you go to restaurants one day one day they're busy, the next day they're quiet. Well, so it is with our business. It expands, it contracts, it expands and contracts, and over time, but it keeps growing. But we allow for the contraction, so you make sure that you qualify for your commissions. Let me go to ones a little bit higher up, such as team leader, which is really a major milestone. The team leader is really a good milestone to aim for, because that's when you start to receive your cash bonuses for achieving the rank. Now, to qualify that particular rank, you've got to have a total group qualifying volume of 1,250. Now, that is quite a small organization in one respect, but let me just go down to the paid as. You can see that that's the volumes required to receive it, but to be paid as means the following month you only have to have total group qualifying volume of 750. That means, you know, we give movement, we allow breathing space, because breathing space for people coming into it, and maybe they're missing their subscription or maybe something happens. We give breathing space to make sure that we maximize payouts while achieving your ranks. We then have director. You can see here there's a big difference between the director. The total group qualifying volume is 3,750. That's to achieve the rank. But then, of course, to be paid as, we bring it back to less than half, to 1,500. So we want to pay out the commissions. If you're sharing our message, using our services, we want to make sure that you receive the commissions for those services. And you can see here for this rank, you achieve a one-time cash bonus of $500 over and above your normal commissions. We then have executive director, $1,000 cash bonus. And I won't go through all the different paid as and qualifying there, but you'll be able to read that yourself. But I just wanted to point out that that does exist. Ambassador rank, another major milestone into these particular levels. This is the $2,000 cash bonus. But again, here is the total group volume. That's all the members in your organization using our services. And the difference there for paid as the following month is half. It's 7,500, which you can see here. And you can see here all the different qualifications that you can receive for achieving the rank of ambassador. You then have senior ambassador, national ambassador, gold ambassador. I don't know about you, but I really love this pin with the diamonds on it. Well, they're not actually real diamonds, but this pin looks really, really, really nice. I love how it looks. We then have the platinum ambassador. This one looks really beautiful. And of course, the $10,000 cash bonus that comes with it. So that's just going through the ranks. I really wanted to bring out, without going through the specific detail, was really just to bring out the points that there's a difference between requirements for achieving a rank and then the maintenance, what we call paid as ranks on qualifying months, to allow, as your business continues to expand and contraction and expanding, making sure that we still pay out the commissions to you. The important notice, people who are involved in this industry know there's, that there are requirements to be paid, and I've just been through those, but this will make it very clear that's there. And we've designed this pay plan with Mike Sheffield that, you know, from the $50 subscription, $30 of that goes back into the organization to be paid as commissions. And I mentioned to you, from all the gold and silver purchases, you pay 2.97% the market spot price. 2.5% of the 2.97% that you pay above the spot price actually goes back to commissions of people such as yourselves in this organization. So we truly want to be able to get you people earning some great cash flow. That's our purpose: education, cash flow, and real wealth in gold and silver. Now, the key to your success, I really love this line, it's one that I follow, lies in your ability to follow the system. We've got great trainers such as Don Fowler with us, who has 40 years experience in this industry. And it lies in your ability to follow the system and teach 5 committed people to follow the system. You don't have to think you've got to enroll the entire neighborhood. You find 5 people, bring them. Next week's call, we're going to show you how to introduce people to Swiss Gold Global. You've got to bring 5 years, and we'll talk about ratios and different things to achieve your business plan. But here, it really lies in your ability to follow the system we're going to be bringing to you. And we encourage you to review Don and Nancy Fowler's book. Now, TB, is the 45-second first 4 chapters free, available in the Business Center for our... It will be in the next 24 hours then. We'll make it available for you.
Definitely. I have to check with our IT department. I think they're in the process of uploading that.
Thanks, TB. And I want to encourage everyone to read the first 4 chapters of this, because Don sets out the basics and the principles, the foundations of really creating success in your life. And let me just... Okay, 10 ways to earn. So we've just been through the Swiss Gold Global Compensation Pay Plan as a summary. Now, as I said, and Michael in New Zealand, don't be overwhelmed by this. This is a new industry for you. Take small steps. And again, for more experienced people, you do not share this presentation with a first-time person who's been introduced to it. Take them to the summary presentations that's available on the website. But there's 10 ways to earn, which equals 1 way to financial freedom. Now, we need some, if anyone has any specific questions, want some help or guidance on this, please email support@swissgoldglobal.com, and one of us will be only too pleased to get back to you. But there's going to be many, many more trainings on this, and of course on the milestone map that John spoke about last night over the coming weeks. Now, TV, there's no other questions. I think that's 40 minutes. I think let's bring this presentation to an end. And again, it's the journey's just begun here. It's going to be a fun journey, and I want to thank everyone who's been joining us from around the world today, early hours in the morning to late at night in different parts of the world. So good night to all of you from Central Europe.